What up? What up? It's Mr. T Time. We are back at it again. I hope you guys are doing great. Hey, listen, I want to challenge you in your relationships today. I want you to focus on the end game. See, we oftentimes in our relationships focus on the problems, focus on the negative things, focus on the things that has happened to us. We focus on all the bad things, but we're not focusing on the end game. Tea time, what's the end game? The end game is being with your spouse, being with your mate. Can you focus on that? Can you focus on staying with them? Can you take the course of actions that's going to allow you guys to be successful in your relationships? Can you face your problems head on? Let me challenge you to be a threat against the threats that come against your relationships. Can you be a threat against the threats? Can you? See, the way you're going to be a threat against the threats is to choose to respond differently. Say, hey, if my wife is triggered by something, a movie, music, something I've done last week, last month, if she's triggered by something and starts thinking about how I've hurt her, how I've disappointed her, if she starts doing those things, then what I do is I respond by asking her to tell me what's going on. What caused the trigger? Is it something that I've done? Is it something you watched? Is it a conversation that you had with someone? Is it something that was playing on the radio? Is it the Scarlet Letter? Yes. What is it that's bothering you? Tell me so I can help you through this, so we can get through this. Please tell me what's going on. See, guys, you can't be scared to have the conversations. You can't be scared to face your problems head on. We have to face them. We have to be a threat when they're trying to be a threat to us. Otherwise, we're going to fall prey to our emotions, our negative thoughts, our feelings, and we all know how it is to get in your feelings. You don't want to deal with your spouse or your mate. You want to keep distance between you two. You want to pretend like you're busy. You want to spend a long time maybe downstairs so that they can fall asleep and you can just go to bed. You don't want to deal with it. Come on, guys, let's be honest. In our feelings and emotions, we don't want to deal with it. We're like, oh man, here we go again. This again, that again. Man, I thought they was over that. Man, I thought that you had changed. Man, I thought this. Man, I thought that. We get in our feelings, guys. And that stuff causes distance in the relationship. It doesn't add any value to the relationship. So that's why I'm telling you guys to focus on the end game. Stop focusing on the negative stuff. Whenever something comes up, face it head on. Whenever troubles arise, face them head on. Stop running from them. Have that open conversation. Have that open dialogue with your spouse or your mate. Have that conversation so that you guys can get through it and move on to better times and better days. The longer you let that stuff hang around, the longer you're going to be dealing with it. And if you allow that stuff to hang around too long, then you build up resentment towards one another. You start thinking more negative thoughts. Then you go down this rabbit hole and start thinking all the things that they've done to offend you, all the things they do to get on your nerves, what they don't do right. That's what you start thinking about. So your feelings will have you go up and down. They have you thinking crazy thoughts about your spouse and your mate. Yet, you're still in a relationship with them. You haven't left yet. You haven't walked out the door. By you being there physically says that you want to be there mentally as well. So I'm asking you guys to be there mentally. I'm asking you guys to be there one in heart with one another. Walk in agreement. Walk in accordance to the values that you guys have. Do that, guys. And trust me, it works. When my wife is triggered by something, I quickly go after it. I have to talk to her. I have to see what's going on with it, with her. How can I help you through this? How can we get through this? No, we're going to deal with it. We both going to express our views. If I'm upset with her about something, then I got to tell her what I'm upset with her about. Otherwise, I'm going to start resenting her. Otherwise, I'm going to be frustrated and in my feelings. I'm going to treat her different. I'm not going to give her a kiss goodbye. I'm not going to hold her when we sleep at night. I'm not going to do anything like that. So that lets you know that I still got a problem and an issue. And as long as I'm not talking to her, then I'm not dealing with the issue. As long as she's not talking to me, then she's not dealing with it. We're not dealing with the issue. So I challenge you guys to be a threat against the threats by choosing to respond differently to your problems and issues in your relationships. Don't let this stuff prolong itself. Deal with the disappointments, deal with the setbacks, deal with the triggers, deal with the emotions, deal with the perspectives, deal with it, guys. Deal with it. Don't run from it. Deal with it. That's the only way the relationship is going to be able to heal. That's the only way you're going to get back to seeing your spouse or your mate the same way you saw them when you first met them. Come on, guys. We got to resolve our conflict. We got to get past our emotions and our feelings. Stop doing the very first thing that comes to your mind, which is frustration, anger, distance. Stop doing that, guys. Rise above all of that. Be a threat to all of that. Say, hey, if something comes up, I'm going to respond. No, this thing is not knocking us down. This thing is not setting us back. This thing is not throwing us off course. This thing is not going to separate us. This thing is not going to ruin our marriage. This thing will not hang around. No, we're going to deal with this. And we're going to deal with it quickly. No matter how uncomfortable it feels to have these hard conversations, we're going to have them anyway. Why? Because they're good for us. Because they have great rewards. Because they help us heal when we confess our faults one to another. They help us heal and get through those bad times so we continue to walk in good times. So we can continue to work towards the end game. So we can maintain our relationship. So we can walk successfully together on one accord. That's what we got to do, guys. So I challenge you today to be a threat to the things that are threatening your relationships. I challenge you today to respond differently. Don't respond emotionally. Respond according to what you know to be true about the good things in your relationship, the good things of working it out, the good things of problem solving, the good things of having open communication. We talk about all this stuff with everybody else. We listen to the stuff from counselors and television and radio. We know what to do, but we just don't do it. So I challenge you guys to get in the mud, do the work through your relationships. See your spouse in good light. Don't let the stuff hang around, guys. Trust me, we can do this. We can do these relationships. Take the time to do it. Get face to face with the problems and solve them. Don't let them stick around. Don't let them cause disappointment. Work through your problems, guys. That's my word for today. Be blessed. Peace.